got nowhere to go, watch the Pocket Horse Show. Pocket Horse Show. Pocket Horse Show. Hey, Mom, close the door. All right. Welcome back once again to the Pocket Horror Show, coming to your face, as always, from the Parts Unknown Studio Syndicate. Yo, we're coming to you today with a very special episode. Your benevolent host, the Twin Weisel, is going to teach you how to make the perfect margarita. But first, I want to address something to all the people out there. It seems I can't even walk the streets of Parts Unknown without someone stopping me and saying, hey, you look just like that Universal action star from the Fast and the Furious films. And you know what? They want to take a selfie with me standing next to their cars and whatnot. And even though I am flattered, and I think acting skills-wise, we're right on par with each other, I just don't see the resemblance with my man Paul Walker and me. And I respect his work. I heard he's a great father. So rest in peace, my friend. Other than that, you ever have that big dinner party with guests, or you just want to entertain that special someone? Well, one of the signature check marks to being a man is you got to make that signature drink. And today, your friend of mine, the Twin Weasel, is going to help you it's going to show you how to do that. So let's start with our ingredients. First of all, you need to pick your favorite tequila, unless it's Cuervo Gold. All right, you got to pick something good. I recommend 1921 or Casa Noble. That's really good. I think Don Julio and Patron are way overrated and overpriced, but that's just me. My personal favorite for the money is Cabo Wabo from the Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar. Now, one thing about that, since he sold the company to that big conglomerate, it hasn't been the same. I think they've lacked quality. I don't know if you remember that blue bottle with the metal cap. That was the jam right there. But it's still all right. It's still great. It's still the official tequila of Parts Unknown. So you got your tequila. You got your orange liqueur. I pick Cointreau. I think that's the best. You can also do Grand Marnier or Triple Sec, depending on your mood and your money. All right, they all work good for different tastes. I think Cointreau is the best, and you can't go wrong. So you got that. You got your margarita mix. All right, now you got to pick something good. Don't pick something from like Cuervo or Mr. T, something cheap like that. Don't skimp on it, okay? Let's get a good margarita mix, something like this. And what makes a good margarita mix is if you look at it and it has a little pulpiness inside, that's pretty good. If you shake it up and there's that pulp running around, that does it okay. Now you can also make your own margarita mix by squeezing some lemon, some orange, some grapefruit, maybe with some simple syrup, some sugar, or some agave nectar, and that's great. But ain't nobody got time for that, all right? So just go to the store and don't skip. Get yourself a good thing of margarita mix. Now, we also got all your chopped ingredients. You need some lemon limes, some cucumbers, and some jalapenos. This is a spicy one. And what's this? Very special ingredient, some basil. You all weren't ready for that, so I'm gonna teach you something new. You get a little basil, all right? And you get your Tabasco sauce. That's gonna be a key ingredient. You got your tools over here. Your mixer. You get some, let's start it off. You get your mixer, you put some ice in it. Slam. Just fill it up to the top. And I'm gonna teach you how to make 2 margaritas so you can entertain your guests. Mix it up, get a good shot glass. You know, I got a Elvis and Graceland one. I think that's pretty cool. I've had it since I went to Graceland. Served me well. It's good enough for the king, it's good enough for me. So, I think you should use equal parts tequila, equal parts triple sec, or orange liqueur, equal parts mix, except you want a little bit less Cointreau than the tequila. Just a little bit, because you don't want it to overpower that tequila. That's that perfect mix. All right, so kind of just do your best to find that balance. So I got 2 shots of tequila there. I'm going to put just under 2 shots of the Cointreau. All right, pretty good. You got it so far. Then you want to start putting in your jalapenos. I sliced up 1 whole jalapeno. Just dice it up. That works good. Start squeezing some of your lemon wedges in there. I just use just 1 whole lemon. Just squeeze all the lemon wedges you can in there. Get some nice fresh juice just to mix in with that margarita mix. If you didn't make your own, this kind of substitutes some of that flavor, that real raw flavor. Then add some of your cucumbers. Just throw it in there in the mix. And also, check this out, your basil. Now before you add your basil, you want to muddle it. What I like to do is either muddle it right there in the glass, or you can muddle it right here on the top of the mixer. All right, if you forgot to do that at the beginning like me, go ahead. All is not lost. Just muddle it right here at the mixer, at the top. Bam, get your muddler. Forgot to mention that. Get a good muddler. Every man needs a muddler. You muddle it, spread it around. Not too much, you know, just enough, because it could be pretty strong and overpowering. All right, make sure you got that. You get your mix. Shake it up a little bit. Make sure you get enough in there. Pour it all the way to the top of your mixer. You got to have a good sized mixture too. Make sure it's enough to make two. And I think you got equal parts there. And then, depending on how hot you want it, it depends on how much you want to add the Tabasco. If you want, I think every squirt is an alarm. 1 alarm is 1 squirt, 2 alarm, 3 alarm, 4 alarm, and so on. So that's what's going to set it off from a, I like to put, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5. I like the spicy margaritas. Depending on your guests, you gotta, if they're new to the game, if they're not quite sure, if they're not a margarita connoisseur like yours truly, the Pocketman, then be careful. Maybe 1 squirt, 2, you know, ease into it. But, you know, if they know how to hold their margarita, go ahead and lay it on them. So, as you can see, my whole glass is full to the top of mixed tequila, Contru, and all the little goodies. You just give it a good shake. Shake it around. And then what you got to do, get some tajin. All right, tajin, go ahead and put that on whatever plate you have that you're mixing, you're chopping the vegetables and such. That's all right. You get 1 used lemon wedge and just squirt it around the margarita glass. Slam. 1, 2. Cool. And that's gonna get your rim nice and salted. You just work it around on the tajin. Right on. Right on. Then here's a one thing that it's up to you. Some people like to pour the whole what's in the shaker right into the glass and get the jalapenos and the pepinos right in there. And now if you're bold like me, that's great. If your guests aren't ready for all that in the glass, I would suggest just go ahead and putting ice in your glass and then straining it over the ice. So it keeps the flavors but doesn't have all that mucky muck from the mixer. All right. So there you go. Oh, forgot one thing. Pro tip right here. Something I learned when I went to South Texas. They put an olive in their margarita, which I think makes all the difference in the world. It adds that little special salty sourness that just goes right. You might think it's only for martinis. Wrong. You can also put olives in a margarita. Try to juice it out though. You don't want too much juice in there. That can really overpower the natural flavor. All right, and I want to address something now. Some people think margaritas are girly. Wrong. Margaritas are not girly, not the way I make them. These are man-ritas, so make no mistake about that. All right, so you go ahead, pour it right over the top of the 2 margaritas. Just enough, and some of the seeds start falling in there. Like I said, it's gonna be spicy, so watch out. Have some water on the side ready or something. Then you want to go that extra mile. Go ahead and put these little lemon wedge garnishes right in there, right over the top. Slam. Now that's a perfect margarita from Parts Unknown. This is the Pocketman, the Twin Weasel, reminding you, enjoy responsibly, never ever accept a drink from Bill Cosby. Cheers.